do something on the website, I noticed, Beth, that is about peer support. And I know that having friends around me who can support me of a similar age and ideals is quite a good thing, right? Is that similar to what you're talking about?
Definitely. So, as you rightly said, we have lots of different peer support groups that we run across the area. And yeah, exactly that. Like you were saying, Simon, it's about bringing people together in a safe space that are going through or have similar experiences, that are able to share what they're going through, and again, linked to what I was saying earlier in the week about kind of talking but being understood and being heard and being validated, because other people feel the same way that I feel, and sometimes it's difficult for you to talk about things that you're going through, perhaps with your family member or your partner, because not always, but sometimes, because you don't want to worry them, you don't want to be a burden, you don't want to. Yeah, there's maybe a number of reasons why you might want to talk to somebody else, but talking to other people in a safe, non-judgmental space can be really useful, because you're able to be 100% yourself and just share what you're feeling, and then also get that feedback from other people to say, that's okay, I feel that too. And it's really powerful. It's really powerful, talking to other people and sharing your experiences. And also, you can share ideas and tips and techniques about what works for you. So you might hear something in the group that you think, oh, I'll try that, and then it does, and it works for you.
Yeah.
And it might be something that you've not heard or thought about before. So yeah, the idea of peer support is just that, really, is to bring people together who have similar experiences, to share in a safe, confidential space, and get support from each other. Our peer support groups also are generally led by people who have their own lived experience. So again, even the leaders of the group have their own experience, so they're able, again, to facilitate that group and inspire hope and inspire change. That I've been there, and I've got through it. So it's very inspirational as well. It's about kind of thinking, I can do it, and I've got the social support of the group that I attend. So like I say, we've got a lot of groups that run across the area, absolutely free to access. At the moment they're online, but before and hopefully in the future, they'll happen in kind of real life.
I know, it's funny, isn't it? That word real life is just quite incredible now, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So that's what we used to call it before COVID, BC. Has a new take, doesn't it, on everything. So that's fascinating. Community and community support at this time, certainly during lockdown, but also post lockdown, will be vitally important for people in the Milton Keynes area, and to offer a free peer support group. That'd be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So look, we're on Thursday. Top tip for Thursday, perhaps? We've checked ourselves in, by the way. Thanks yesterday for sleeping, eating and drinking. A winner for me in all occasions, and being joyful, obviously, in doing some exercise. Thank you for that. What about today? It's Thursday. What on earth is your tip for Thursday?
Yeah, so today I think I'll talk a bit about sleep, because I think that's a huge factor in how we feel generally, and how we function day to day. And I think it's just so important to try, where possible, to get some quality sleep at night. So you've probably heard this a million times, but just for sleep, it's about making sure that you are doing all the right things for sleep hygiene. So making sure that you're exercising in the day, and that you're active and you're physically tired. It's making sure that you aren't looking at your screens. The advice differs, but sort of 2 to 3 hours before you sleep. It's making sure that you I think also sleep, for people that we come across that struggle with sleep, quite often what they'll say to us is, when I go to sleep and I'm lying down, all of these worried thoughts start coming to my mind. And that's quite a common thing. And it's actually kind of a mental difficulty rather than a physical thing, because you can do all the right things for sleep, can't you? But sometimes it is just going to sleep, and then all of the worries of the day and all of the worries for the next amount of years, you know, once you're in a dark, once you're on your own and once the lights are off, your mind is allowed to wander then, isn't it? And you sort of think of all sorts, and everything just seems so much worse than it normally would in the daylight. There's something about the night, isn't there, where it just becomes so unmanageable and everything, you just jump to worst case scenario, don't you? So I think at that point, that's where, you know, CBT can help. So accessing talking therapies. So I think, you know, sort of processing those thoughts and those worries and those concerns and those anxieties. I think for some people it can work that you can write down your worries and then leave them somewhere, so you feel like you're like, right, this is what I'm worried about, but I'll deal with that tomorrow. And it's almost like you've separated yourself from that. It's about maybe doing some breathing exercises, some grounding exercises, some relaxation. Often if you can do what's called a body scan, so you can listen to relaxation tapes and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's lots of things you can do about worried thoughts, and it's not an easy thing to tackle. But yeah, I think that's my tip for today is yeah, try and have a good night's sleep, and let me know how you go tomorrow.
I would definitely try that. I think what I found very helpful, Beth, is I literally write things down. I will have I've taken off I have a do not disturb on my phone so it doesn't disturb me after a certain time. I also have a you know, a notepad just in case I do, because my brain goes, well, what about this? And you go, oh yeah, I've got to remember this. And then you end up kind of like having a shopping list of trying remembering things. So I write things down, and then I just know that I've dealt with it. And like you say, and the other one is like just breathing through your nose and breathing out. That's kind of like an exercise that my wife says I'm always asleep within 10 seconds of doing that anyway. So I'm one of those fortunate people. Fortunate. So right, Beth, we're talking to Beth. She is the crisis cafe manager. She works for Mind BLMK. You can find out more information, mind-blmk.org.uk.